This is a highly controversial statement, especially from an ex-Royal Navy PTI. But if you're using exercise to try and lose body fat or to maintain your weight, then I'm telling you that it could be the exercise that is either making or keeping you fat. A little over 2 years ago, I massively scaled down how much exercise I was doing, changed my nutritional protocol, easy to say, changed my nutritional protocol and lost 64 pounds in less than 7 months. And more amazingly for me, 2 years later, I've maintained the weight loss. I'd never ever done that before. I'm 48 years old now, and in my whole life, despite being ridiculously fit at times, training 6 to 8 times a week sometimes at some periods throughout my life, I've never lost this much weight, and I've never ever maintained this kind of weight loss. And I've done it for getting on for 2 years now. There's a thing called appetite compensation. That is when you exercise, and as a direct result of that exercise, your body needs to refuel itself and you crave a particular type of food. So the harder you exercise, the more you deplete the glycogen in your muscles, the more your body craves foods that it knows can refuel its muscles as quickly as possible. Once you start eating those foods, it is so easy to overcompensate and to eat more than you actually burned off. It's not greed, it's not gluttony, it's not anything like that. It's a literal cause and effect. The exercise was the cause, ding, and the effect is that hunger drive. There's further scientific evidence to this when they've experimented, that sounds a bit dodgy, when they've looked into people that have done things like marathons. And the more activity they do, the more running that they do, the less general activity that they do after their workout. So they'll go and train, and then they'll be more sedentary for the rest of the day. So their non-exercise activity thermogenesis, neat, little posh word, but essentially meaning the calories that they burn outside of exercise is much, much lower. So they burn some additional calories during the exercise, but then after the exercise, you can burn so many calories by just general activity. But when you're exercising hard, that is scientifically proven to be way, way less than just the norm. Meaning that those few calories that you burned additionally during exercise are more than made up for by the fact that you're not doing a great deal after because you're spent. After I came out of the Navy, I was running an outdoor fitness company, and I was training personally 6 to 8 times a week. Strength training, circuit training, just general cardiovascular exercise. And I've never eaten more in my life. But I was driven, I felt like I was uncontrollable, driven to it. Because when I was training 6 to 8 times a week, I was still carrying weight. I was still unhappy with my body. I still wanted to lose the weight, but I couldn't not eat the food. A client of mine that I worked with, Claire, she was a professional lady in her early 50s, and she was struggling with the weight, and she was doing 3 or 4 high intensity spin classes a week. She did the little nutritional change that I'd done, and she lost so much weight by dropping those spin classes and just eating her way to the way she wanted to look. Now, what am I saying? That you don't want to ever do exercise again? Obviously, that's not right. Coming from an ex-Royal Navy PTI, I love exercise. I love being fit. I love being strong. What I am saying is that it is backwards to everything that I'd learned over years and years and years. I'm saying that I do recommend to people that if you have weight to lose, you don't throw yourself into exercise to lose that weight. And even if you are exercising at a high level, I would recommend you ramp that back a little bit. Lose the weight first, then to get into the strength training, get into the cardio, do the things that you love at that point. But don't try and do those things to lose the weight, to hack and slash and try and, balance out the energy equation. There is a way of changing what you eat so you're not hungry, you're not constantly overeating, you're not constantly driven by food. If you bring the exercise down a little bit, change that nutritional protocol to one of low carbohydrate intake, those two things together will even out the weight. And over a ridiculously short period of time, for me it was less than 7 months, for a significant weight loss. Within a short period of time, you can lose the weight. It's an amazing thing. It just happens. You lose the weight, and then you start exercising because you love it. You exercise because you enjoy it. Exercise because it makes you feel good, because you like being strong, because you enjoy the workouts themselves. Don't go through the hardship of exercising just to lose the weight, because it ain't the best way to go. Welcome to the Failed Dieter YouTube channel. Keep watching and I'll show you exactly what I did, what I ate, how I changed my thought process, the way I swapped exercise for movement, how I lost the weight, and then the exercise that I did at that point. I'm Dave Edwards. Thanks for watching.